everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Well, today is Wednesday, November 29, 2017, and I'm here to do my little talk on inflammation. Well, yeah, we're going to talk about inflammation, but on intermittent fasting and how I do it, and then answer some of the questions that I got. Now, I hope that I didn't miss anybody's question. If I skipped your question, or I didn't address anything, your question, please ask it again, and I will definitely address it for you, okay? But I do have a couple of them here, so let's just get right to this, because my camera, I just did a get ready with me, and my camera has been on quite a bit, so it's going to shut down on me. So I just want to get right to this. Okay, intermittent fasting. Let me just talk about intermittent fasting real quick and how I do intermittent fasting. Okay, intermittent fasting is different for a lot of people, I noticed, okay? I follow some people on Instagram, and they talk about intermittent fasting, and there's even some mathematical things sometimes, I don't know, where they switch it up. I kind of switch it up every day, to be honest with you. But intermittent fasting basically is you're not eating in between a meal, basically. Sometimes you get to a point where you don't eat anything in the morning, and then you have your first meal around 1, and then you have another meal for dinner. So people do it a lot differently, okay? I can do it different on any given day, depending on what's going on in my day. So, for instance, on a normal day, I will have my leafy green juice or drink, and I put fat in that. I put avocado in that, and you will be seeing that in a future vlog, okay? You will be seeing that. Probably even tomorrow's vlog, I think. But anyway, so I have my drink around 8 o'clock. Okay, that breaks my fast. That breaks my night fast, okay? And because I do put blueberries and there's lemon, I basically will eat dinner, and that's all I eat. I won't eat a snack. There is no snacks on intermittent fasting. I like intermittent fasting because what it does for me, it's helping me get rid of being hypoglycemic. I am hypoglycemic because I am insulin resistant. So intermittent fasting really is sort of giving the pancreas a big rest and letting my stored energy be the fuel, okay? However, it is very difficult. If I were to do intermittent fasting on a regular diet, do I dare say an American diet? I don't know. But on a regular diet, I would not make it. I would not make it. I could not do intermittent fasting like that. There's no way. There's no way. Because I'm not giving it the fat, enough fat, to go from meal to meal, right? So that's where keto comes in really good. It's almost like a partner. Because if you do keto, now people do keto differently. I've noticed that. They do keto, for me, is different because I am watching what kinds of foods I put in my mouth, because I need to get in shape. People can do keto and you'll find them eating corn. They'll eat things that I won't eat, because when you do keto, it's basically high fat and protein. And sometimes people don't add the leafy greens or enough vegetables, but they'll eat corn. I won't eat corn because corn is pretty much GMO food. You know what I mean? But sometimes you'll see people who do keto and are doing great, and they're eating, as long as they keep their carbs to whatever grams they want to keep it. I believe to be on keto, it's like around 35 and under. I can't keep it too low. I don't like keeping my carbs too low, but I get a lot of my carbs are coming from whole foods, okay? Whole foods. But you'll see people do keto differently. For me, doing keto is what ingredients are in that food. So I won't have corn. I'm not having any types of grains right now, none. Sometimes you'll see people on keto who will have grains because they're just watching how many carbs they're intaking. They're keeping it at a certain amount. But for me, it's different because I want to be healthy. Okay, so my stomach's growling. I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry, physically hungry. Okay, some people will only eat one time a day, and that's it. That's it. And they won't break their fast until that one meal, which is usually around dinner, is what they'll eat. You know, when you first start off, I would suggest, especially like I'm just starting off. I'm no pro at this, but I'm starting off. But I tend to have my leafy green drink, and I put avocado in there, like either a whole avocado or like not a whole, but like half an avocado or avocado oil. With my leafy greens and my blueberries. And you'll see that in the upcoming video. And that'll break my fast. But intermittent fasting is that intermittently you're eating intermittently. You eat breakfast, you eat lunch, and you eat dinner, and there is no snacks in between. And if you're going to have a snack, you have it with the meal. The optimal intermittent fasting that I'm learning and I'm finding to be true is when you eat 2 meals a day. That's really good. But the secret to doing that is having your fat. Having that fat and having your leafy greens. Anyways, just make sure you have good fats. And that will get you from one meal to the other. And that's why keto works so good, because it's a very, you know, depending on how you do keto, but it's a very high vegetable, cruciferous vegetable fat, and then protein. Protein's about 4 ounces of protein. Yeah, so how I do intermittent fasting depends on my day. Depends on what's going on. But basically what it's been going down to is my leafy green juice in the morning, and then one meal around 4, 5, 6, depending on what time my husband comes home. And that sustains me, guys. It really does. It really sustains me because I put that fat in my drink. This is not about calorie counting. You don't count calories on this, which is amazing. But you do keep track of your carbs, okay? Okay, so I'm going to try to answer some of the questions that I got. And again, if I did not get to your question, please, 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 please ask it again. You know, I really, really, really enjoy this because, first of all, I'm very excited about this chapter of my life. I'm very excited about the way things are going with me. And I don't know, when you feel this passionate about something, you just want to talk about it. And I feel like if I answer your question and somebody else has maybe a different perspective, a different answer, you might look at that question and say, oh wait, that I can relate more to that, you know, than what I said. You know what I mean? Or they might give you better information, like more thorough the information than what I am. I'm just learning, so I'm just kind of telling you how I do intermittent fasting and how I do keto. Okay, so some of the questions I got was, how much have I lost since doing this? I started this around the middle of October. I started in at 199.4 and now I'm 189.6. So that's a 9.8 pound loss since then. I'm up a little bit right now because I am bloated because I'm going to start my cycle. I could feel it. I have cramps and things like that. Meal videos. Can you do meal videos? I am. They're coming up. I've been sick, so a lot of the vlogs that you've been seeing so far have been just hauls and things like that. But I've been recording more vlogs that you'll be seeing here with me. I made a cauliflower pizza, which was so delicious, and oh, it was just so delicious. So yeah, you're going to be seeing those types of things in my vlog, and then I'll do some that are specifically just food related, because I'm getting very excited. I'm really excited. Inflammation. Did the doctor tell me if I had inflammation? Did I wake up feeling like inflamed and things like that? Yes, the doctor told me I was very, very much dealing with inflammation. I have high blood pressure. That's a form of inflammation as a result of inflammation. My inflammation came from all sorts. It came from stress, massive amounts of stress. That's why I'm trying to do things now in my life that is very relaxing, that is calming to me, and also trying to stay away from situations that cause me to be stressed. So yes, I've had a lot of inflammation, and one of my biggest goals, if it's possible, is to get off blood pressure medication. That would be my ultimate goal. Yeah, so doctor did tell me I was, and you feel it in your feet, in your hands, in your face. You could see it in your face. I have a picture here where it's a comparison shot, and I weigh the same. about 2 pounds less last year, 2016, around this time. It's about 2 pounds less, but yet I look a lot, I look thinner, not a lot thinner, but I look less bloated. Not weighing. I was wearing a size 9.5 shoe, and I'm a size 8. And in some shoes, I'm a size 7.5, some, depending. But I'm back down to my 8. Yeah, because there's no, my inflammation is going down. It's like a balloon, you know, when you inflate it, you know. Okay, are my kids on keto? No, my kids are not on keto. However, they are, I have been since I was, let's see, I had my second son when I was around 30, 31. I was vegetarian around 29. And that's when I learned a lot about alternative sugars. And that's when I had my oldest, and I took away a lot of his foods and replaced them with alternative sugars. But they're not on keto, but they're learning. They're learning about nutrition, and that's the most important thing. So is soda okay on keto? On keto, I'm going to say this, guys. I think soda on any diet is not good. It really isn't. It has a tremendous amount of sugar. So if you're doing keto based on just watching how many carbs and not necessarily what you're putting in your mouth or the types of food, but you're just sort of watching those carbs, as long as you stay under your carbs, I guess you could do it. But whatever you put in your mouth is going to have an effect on your body, whether it be good or whether it be bad. And soda has a lot of effects on your body that are not good. The type of sugar that is being put into your body is not good. So if you're trying to feel better, especially with inflammation, if you're suffering from different things, soda is not going to benefit you in any way. So I'm going to say no. But I would say no on any diet, but I know the struggle on getting off of soda. And so it's not just like, oh, get off of soda. Maybe for some people it is, but for others there has to be sort of like a winging thing, and then try to find alternative drinks. Man, there's some people who take like carbonated drinks and then they infuse them. You can try that. Alternative sugars, try to do alternative sugars, not artificial sugars, not Splenda or NutraSweet or what's the other one? Sweet and Low. Those are artificial, but try to find alternative sweeteners. Stevia, xylitol, erythritol, monk fruit, those types of sweeteners. But anyways, and they wanted to know if I would do more videos on my food, and I don't know if I addressed that, but I am sharing that in upcoming vlogs. I am. I was going to talk about some vitamins, but I think I made this video too long, and my camera is pretty much screaming at me at this point saying, I don't want to do no more, I'm too hot. Oh, I think there was a question about how much fat. Yes, how much fat? Well, I think I'm going to get back to you on that because I don't know if there is a ratio. But I can tell you that it depends on the person, and it depends a lot on the types of fat you're having. Vegetable oil, trans fats, hydrogenated oil, margarine, all that stuff, it's not good. So I wouldn't want to consume that much of those fats. But if you're eating avocado and you're having coconut oil, you'll notice those are very high in fat, and those will sustain you longer from meal to meal because they're a lot healthier too, and they're going to give benefit to your body. So what I did, and when I first started doing this, I looked at my plate and I said, okay, number one, I have to have some form of vegetable. Usually it's Brussels sprouts, broccoli, spinach, but I try not to overcook the spinach. I really try to watch it. In any kind of bell pepper and things like that. But the cruciferous ones are the ones you can have an abundant amount of. Put butter, and you can have avocado on the side. You can have fish, salmon, and things like that. and make your plate look really nice and pretty and green and colorful. And then it's your protein. Your protein is about 4 ounces per meal, or 6 if you really work hard, like with weights and all that good stuff. But I can have between 4 to 5 ounces of protein, but mainly it's my vegetables and then my fat. So how much fat, I guess, would depend on what types of fats you're having. And also, you're going to start learning, like, you're going to say, okay, man, I'm hungry right away. So that means you need to up your fat a little bit more. Yeah, but I will get back to you on that one, but that's how I've been doing it, and it's been fine. I just make sure that my fats are healthy and that I only eat when I'm eating, like at the meal. So if I'm gonna have a snack for me, I'll have it right then and there. So that's what I'm doing, but I will get back to you on that and see if there is a sort of ratio or something like that. But for now, just know leafy greens as much as you want. No corn. I don't do corn. Some people do corn. Some people do potatoes. Some people do grains. I don't do any of that because I'm really trying to heal this body. I want it to be optimal. And then when I get healthy, I will introduce things like brown rice again and things like that. I just need to get to a point of good health. So leafy greens, then your fat, then your protein. That's how it sort of should look. And eat until you're satisfied, until you're absolutely satisfied. Yeah. But again, ask me any question. I think this is really good forum for us to discuss this. And then again, if somebody else has a different opinion or different knowledge of it, or has the information that I just don't, and they put it down there, and then we can all learn. We can all learn. I love learning from other people as well and what you guys do. So if you have any more questions, or if I didn't really touch on it, I would love for you to ask me, and then I love to go research it because I love this stuff, and this stuff to me is not like homework. I love it. And so you'll give me an excuse to go look things up and learn. But anyways, that was it. So just to recap, do a really quick recap. I try to keep my carbs about 20-25. Okay, sometimes I go 35, sometimes I go a little lower, but that's where I try to keep it. I don't necessarily count them, but I think I'm going to start inputting my food into MyFitnessPal to see really where I fall. It's not about calorie counting, so I am done with calorie counting. I eat until I am extremely satisfied. I eat more leafy greens than I do fat. Fat is my second portion size, and then it's finally the protein. I do watch what types of food I do eat. It's mostly organic and non-GMO as much as I can. Alternative sugars, no table sugar as much as I can. Definitely no artificial sweeteners, but I knocked that off a long time ago. I don't have corn syrup. I don't have high fructose corn syrup. What I'm saying is I have alternative sugars. So it isn't just about whatever, it's not about just keeping low carb for my keto. It's keeping low carb with whole foods. That's for me. I don't have any fruit at all other than the berries. No corn, no potato, no grains. That doesn't mean that you have to do keto that way, but for me, I'm just trying to heal this body of mine from the inside out. But you know what, guys? You know, this might change as I get better into it. You know, it's gonna change, and it might change. But for right now, that's how I've been kind of winging it. No real set intermittent fasting like some people do. But the only thing I do is do not snack unless I just did not have enough fat in the beginning, or I just did way too much and then I didn't allow that. Okay, my friends, that is it. I hope I touched a little bit better on how I do it and the types of foods that I eat and why I'm eating. I just want to get healthy from the inside out. And once I am at a good set point with my stress, I bring it down and my body has a chance to recuperate from all the insulin that I've been, having for it to produce, and because I bombard my mouth with food and all that good stuff, and my inflammation is down. I'm going to reintroduce certain foods like whole grains, like brown rice and things like that. Not corn, unless it's non-GMO, but things like that, and fruit. I will introduce that again. But for right now, I feel good this way. All right, my friends, that is it. I will see you guys very, very soon. If you have any questions, please, let's keep this dialogue going, because this is something that I am very, very passionate about, and I absolutely find this stuff extremely fascinating. I've always been that way. Just nutrition has always been something that I've absolutely loved to see how food and the body, how they work together for good or for bad, But anyways, my friends, that is it. I will talk to you guys all very, 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 very